If you look at the list of the most subscribed channels on YouTube, you will find many are in Spanish. These channels have been growing rapidly and have the potential to be the most subscribed on YouTube. It has already happened for most genres. The second most subscribed YouTuber is Chilean comedy vlogger Hola Soy German with over 29 million subscribers. This is far less than PewDiePie with 49 million, who is mostly a gaming channel, but it is still more than top American comedy channels such as Smosh with over 22 million, NigaHiga with over 18 million, and JennaMarbles with over 16 million. Yuya from Mexico is the most subscribed beauty vlogger with over 16 million subscribers, beating the British Zoella with over 11 million. Yuya is also likely to exceed JennaMarbles as the most subscribed female YouTuber. It looks like Spanish YouTubers are dominating in all areas except for first place. If we look at the top 25 channels, excluding music and large companies, 15 are in English, 8 are in Spanish, and 2 are in Portuguese. Half of these are gaming channels, and Spanish gaming channels are thriving, and they may just be the only people who can challenge PewDiePie's hold on number 1. How did it get this way? People can upload in any language, but for most of its life, YouTube was primarily English. But as the site became more international, people began to look for content in their own language. Worldwide, there are more native Spanish speakers than English, with Spanish having 470 million and English 400 million. However, when you include an additional 600 million English as a second language speakers, English exceeds the 570 million total Spanish speakers. Mandarin Chinese beats both in native and total speakers. But China has its own YouTube with clickbait and censorship. Most Spanish speakers are in Latin America, which is home to many countries that are quickly developing, bringing in millions of new internet users, which far outpaces growth from developed countries, where almost everybody already uses the internet. This explains why Spanish internet media has been growing rapidly recently. But in absolute terms, around 50% of Spanish speakers can't come close to around 85% of English speakers. YouTube's heaviest users skew young though. All sorts of people use YouTube, but the older you are, the more likely you are to only watch videos linked to you by coworkers. Viewers can come from any demographic, but subscribers are far more likely to be young. Birth rates in developing countries are higher than the developed world, and this leads to a much younger population. But as child mortality falls, and education levels rise, reproduction stalls, and populations stabilize. Latin America is in a transition period, meaning 2 decades ago, birth rates were high, but those children grew up to be part of a more developed country with increased internet access. If we look at a population pyramid for Latin America, we can see that over half the population is under the age of 30, which contrasts Canada and the US, where it is less than 40%. More people gaining access to the internet every year, combined with these demographics, have allowed Spanish YouTubers to compete with the top channels. But it has not been enough to get first place. PewDiePie has a massive lead which only gets larger since he is gaining subscribers faster than most channels. Fernanfloo, a gamer from El Salvador, has managed to gain subscribers faster than PewDiePie in 2016, but he still has a long way to go from over 16 million to over 49 million to surpass him. But subscriber counts are misleading. They accumulate over time, but views don't necessarily go up. PewDiePie's views are lower than his peak in 2014, but by posting daily, he averages about 300 million views a month. Fernanfloo, who posts twice a week, has been getting about 200 million a month. Even if one of the Spanish gamers surpasses PewDiePie, it wouldn't affect English YouTube much. It's unlikely that people would even notice the new person, as they would be unlikely to even see one of their videos. YouTube's recommendations keep viewers in their own language. Expanding into more languages is a tremendous opportunity for online video. In the future, other languages are only going to become more important. If you're curious about Latin America, you might like this video by Wonder Why. Or you can watch my video explaining why toy channels get so many views.